Before you try to come at me, I'm saying I know 2020 was a bad year. It was a bad year. If you're watching this video, you made it to the end of 2020. Okay? That's all I just, you know what? I can end the video right there. Becoming a plant mother. You see my plant, my baby in the back. Freaking love that thing. Hey guys, it's Tony. I'm back with another video. Yes, I know it's been a while since I made a new video. If you're a part of my small community that actually watches my videos, yeah, I know it's been a while. But if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Tony. I mainly do K-pop reaction videos, but I want to do more with my channel, and today is going to be a start of something different. For the last few days or a week or so, I've been really compelled to make this video. I don't really know why. I've been getting this gut feeling or like this intuitive feeling to just make this video, just do this free-handed, no notes or anything, to just talk about, yes, although 2020 was a bad year. Guys, I'm not denying that 2020 was a bad year. Before you click the video, before you go to the comment section and try to roast me about like, oh, you really don't think 2020 was that bad? I mean, what happened to you? Everybody was going through it in 2020. I get it. I know. I get it. I went through it this year, okay? I'm not denying that this year was a bad year. Even for each of us personally, but also on a worldwide like scale. I mean, there was the pandemic, there's the Beirut explosion, there's the election that happened this year. There are so many different, even the protests, even the Black Lives Matter protests and George Floyd and the whole thing with like Breonna Taylor and so many other African Americans, and even just things that are happening around the world that I can't even think of right now. There have just been so many things that happened this year that made 2020 such a bad year. I get it. I get it. So before you try to come at me, I'm saying I know 2020 was a bad year. It was a bad year. But yes, but I felt really compelled to just record a video and just talk about my personal experiences of how, yes, 2020 was a bad year, but there was so much that I learned this year. This year, there's like particles flying in the air. This year was definitely a bad year, and this is definitely a year where a lot of people, including myself, have gone through a lot of different emotional and physical changes and physical challenges and emotional challenges, but I just wanted to attest and just talk about my experiences this year, and hopefully this could help and resonate with a lot of other people if it reaches a lot of other people. So as I go, I'm just gonna count different reasons as to why, although 2020 was a bad year, why it was actually, in hindsight, a good year for like development and growth for me. And maybe these are some points that you guys can relate to and that can resonate with you as well. Number one, I just wanna say, if you're watching this video, you made it to the end of 2020, okay? That's all I just, you know what? I can end the video right there. Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Tony. If you want to see more of my content, you can subscribe at the bottom. Have a good night. But no, really, you clicked on this video. You made it through 2020. You made it to the end of 2020. You made it to December 2020. I feel like that's something that a lot of people can just be happy in within itself. I'm just saying, with the pandemic and with all the lives that were lost just in America and how we were breaking records daily, like as of recently, but I think people should realize that yes, yes, a lot of things happened this year, but you're alive. You're alive, and a lot of you may be well, you know, and I feel like that's something that you can be celebrating in itself, honestly. So if you are like me and don't really have any immediate family that, you know, may have COVID or may have fallen sick or anything, or, you know, if they have passed on, which I apologize for, I'm not saying that there hasn't been any other circumstances or anything that could have made 2020 bad for people personally, like, you know, losing family members or families losing jobs. There's lots and lots of unemployment rates because of the pandemic and everything. I'm not ignoring those circumstances and those issues among families, But I do want to say that, you know, just because that there's a lot of pessimistic thinking, that we shouldn't ignore just, you know, this positive, you know. With this video, I'm acknowledging the negatives, but I'm just thinking of all the positives that came out of it, or that we, you know, still have in hindsight. I also am not making this video to be like, oh, negatives don't exist, I'm overly optimistic. I feel like that's just as unhealthy as being overly pessimistic. I'm just being real and I'm being honest. That's just what I think. Okay. Okay, we're still gonna be in touch with reality, guys, come on. But if you don't have any family that has fallen sick or have passed on because of COVID or of other conditions, if you're just someone, although yes, you probably have to go home from college your first year, in the middle of your first year, and had to come home and had to adjust to this big drastic 360 shift. Like, Dua Lipa got it right. We literally did a full 180. I did a full 180. I had to get accustomed to it, and it was so hard. But if you are someone who is very privileged and very fortunate enough to not lose anybody close to you to the virus or to any other things, or are still financially stable in this circumstance, then yeah, don't come on, guys. Just with that alone, your 2020 was not that bad, okay? Was not that bad. But I'm also gonna get to personal issues, so don't worry. If you suffered through that like me, I got you. Two, I also think in addition to being alive at the end of 2020, I also think that, yes, if you suffered through loneliness, depression, abandonment, isolation, just if you had to go through a lot of mental health in situations, just if your mental health just wasn't the best during 2020, or if you just fell into like a depressive slump at some point in 2020, I get you, I get it. And the fact that you made it out of it, like me, if you made it out of it, that's another reason that I feel like your 2020 was bad, but you learned from that, you grew from that, you know, like you're good. Like your 2020, yes, it was bad, but you grew from it, and so it wasn't that bad. I think in hindsight it was not that bad. In the middle of March, when I had to go home from school, from college, in the middle of my freshman year, granted, although at school I was having a lot of fun, I was just, you know, I was gaining my own independence and, you know, learning a lot of stuff in that time frame. But although I was enjoying my individualism, is that my independence, why did I have to be so complicated? Because I was enjoying my independence, and although I was enjoying all that independence, me just having to come home when I didn't have that, or because I didn't have that option to go back to school, and because I was going through like all these different personal things myself, I was really upset, really frustrated, and because of that, and because of other factors, I slipped into a really deep depression. Really deep. It sucked. It was sad. I mean, honestly, although I'm a lot better now, and it did last for maybe like a few months. I can't even put a time frame on it. It might have lasted for like a good 3-4 months, to be honest. But yeah, it was pretty hard. And although not a lot of you guys that are watching, even if you went through that depressive slump, and it might not have been for the same reasons as mine, you still went into that slump. You still experienced something very similar to what I experienced, and I get it. I'm not trying to play down your problems, basically. Like, yeah, I feel like this year everybody went through different things, and I think everybody's problems, yes, may not have been life-threatening or as life-threatening or have gotten to that point of being life-threatening, but it's still a problem. So it's still valid, and it's still something that you went through, and I get it. It was something that made your 2020 not seem to be that great. I get it. But yeah, I was a little depressed. A little understatement. I was really depressed for a few months, and I was really questioning my self-worth. I was really questioning myself, if I was even worthy of anything or if I was even deserving of anything. I was really beating myself up. It was pretty bad. And if anybody experienced that, you know, struggling with their self-love, I didn't even count that as another point. But if you are having or had problems with your self-love this year like I had, it's understandable. I get it. But if you grew from that like I did, if you have, like, you know, come across different sources that helped you become happier and helped you, you know, enjoy just the beauty of being able to wake up in the morning. Yes, it sounds very cliche, I know, but I had to really realize that me being able to make this video right now, me being able to get up like hours ago and just breathe and open my eyes and can just see the posters and everything in my room and to be able to feel the sun shining in through my window, I have come to appreciate a lot more, you know? And yes, these are very simple things. It's not like, oh my god, like, I'm so thankful for my dad buying me a Gucci purse or like whatever. Like, not that I would want that. Like, I really don't care about designer stuff, to be honest. I'm not that materialistic. But what I'm saying is that this year has made me appreciate a lot more in life. A lot of the little things, like waking up, feeling the sunlight in my room, becoming a plant mother. You see my plant, my baby in the back. Freaking love that thing. I've nurtured that thing for months, and you see how big it is now. This was a tiny little plant in the study of my house that was dying. Well, these were actually two different plants, but this one over here was literally a small dying plant that was in my family office. My mother gave it to me to take care of, and that was like maybe like June or July, and already my spider plants are this big. I've just grown to appreciate just so much in life, just life in general this year, you know? So that's why I think, yeah, I don't think that 2020 for other people like me, I don't think it was really that bad, you know? You learn a lot. You learned a lot this year. Okay, I just went on a little tangent. I hope that resonated with someone. I hope that someone enjoyed that video. For those who finished watching this video all the way through, I hope this, you know, resonated, and I hope you, I don't know, I hope this made you appreciate appreciate something more. And I don't know, if you still think that your 2020 is still as horrible as it was, I'm not saying that, you know, your 2020 wasn't bad. I'm just saying if it helps you acknowledge certain things and think differently, like I said, if you feel like you have to say anything, go ahead to comment down below. For some reason, I don't know, I felt really compelled to talk about this. Lots of people, and honestly myself included, says that, oh yeah, 2020 was so bad, it was so horrible. But realistically, I just wanted to talk about like just positive things that actually came out of 2020 for myself at least. And yeah. Yeah, if you like this video, please give this video a like. If you have anything to say, or you want to say anything, want to share anything, please comment down below. And if you want to see more of my content, subscribe. Also, if you like K-pop and like K-pop reactions, also subscribe. I have a few of those, and I'm working on more of those, and I also am working on more content. And yeah, I would really appreciate it, guys, if you shared this with other people too that, you know, felt like this could resonate with, you know. I just wanted to share this, make this video, and I hope, you know, it'll be shared to other people who can connect with it and, you know, can actually relate to it. That's all I really wanted. If someone could relate to this video and it resonated with someone, then I feel great and I did my job, because that's all I really wanted to do. And I hope you guys have a good holiday, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!